Yo, it's ODB, our lifestyle podcast, aka OLP. Just want to say what's up to everyone out there. It's been a minute since I dropped a new episode of Mini Truckin Magazine Flip Through, brought to you by us at OLP. And I just want to say what up to everyone. Hope you're doing well. Leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and let's jump right into issue number 27 of Mini Truckin Magazine. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to Lone Star Throwdown. This was something they threw over my way last year, 2020. Love what LST does for the scene. We were at the 10th annual this year. This is from 2020, though. And shout out will be out there next year. So, remember the Ice-T 1988 single, I'm Your Pusher? Don't forget, we're your pusher of Mini Truckin Magazine and the Mini Truckin scene as a whole. It's what we call our lifestyle. And make sure to check us out via your favorite podcast app. So, you got a killer, kind of different cover here. Your guess is as good as mine. What's going on? A little bit of vandalism. And you got this guy freaking out. So you got September 93. And I just kind of use the main numbers. Issue number 27 is what you want to know. And that's, of course, in the title. You got the famous BF Goodrich ad. Classic. Mini's on the rise, even back in the day. You got the KMC wheel ad. This one has KMCs on it. Those are classic wheels. I know people are, it seems like they're constantly looking for those. You have an old Weld ad here. And the style, to say that it's come back full force would be an understatement. You got everyone and their mother kind of making the original OG wheels. And the styles, which is awesome. So you got kind of end of summer 93 issue here. This one has less features than some of the recent issues. But it's by far not the issue that has the least so far. Top Gun photographer Jim Clesso. It's Kelso. Takes credit for this month's radical cover shot from Phoenix, Arizona. Pictured are Chris Coven and his 85 Toyota being thrashed. That's what they're doing on the cover by Tracy Hill and Jeanette Ettinger. Insert photo from California Truck Jamboree by Randall Jackman. So there you go. Now, it's been a while since I went through this issue. It's definitely a classic. You got Chartsis right in the main column. Stillwell is still the editor. He will be for some time. Of course, they were grooming Chartsis, in my opinion. We've had Mike on the podcast, which was super cool. Eventually, I hope to have all of the original editors. Of course, Courtney Halliwell, rest in peace. We had Maggie on very early in the podcast. Some may recall that. And here you got some classic products. I mean, look at that. Recaro seats. I mean, who would have thought of that as a Recaro seat ad? Looks like people working out. Build your body, not your budget. All right, so here's Eddie Amen's Toyota. Kind of a different setup there. See some of the work that's done. Rick Bentley. We had him, I think it was episode 100, keeping it OG with Rick Bentley. This was a classic Geo Tracker 91. Remember seeing photos of it. A lot heavily done. And what's cool about this is, the construction zone was key because mini trucks didn't get finished overnight. We all know that. Hottest windshield wipers on the market. Call now. You won't have to pay extra processing. Real thick pages on this one. This truck is named Juiced. Mike Fitch's 88 Mazda B2200 Syndicate. And he's, of course, hitting some switches. They kind of use that layout that it looks like almost like the film. Holes punched in it. Of course, Courtney shot this one. You can see the switches right there. This thing would be a hit today. I mean, the wheels, the chrome around the fenders, of course, Syndicate, classic mini truck. These guys show us a lot of love on Instagram. They've shared some really classic photos with us and definitely appreciate them. So it was Syndicate, minis, and compacts. You get a good view there, Bakersfield, California. What I kind of felt for a long time was kind of the heart of mini trucking. But definitely out west. You see all the batteries there. What's cool there is Rick Bentley from R Customs in North Hills. He was a great guest. He has shared some cool stuff with us as well. He's done stuff for Exhibit. He worked on the first truck that was on the cover of Street Trucks. A lot of guys did, but Rick did a lot of work on it. Our super cool dude, R Customs. Think about it. This issue is 28 years old, going on 27 and a half, something like that. For him still to be in business is a testament to his work ethic and what he does. Here you've got Wyatt Strange, Dear Diary. Talks about on the left there, I called Brian Gendro to see when their group was leaving. Gendro, that issue is coming up. I don't think we went through that one yet. Actually, I think it's the next one. Major significance to that truck being on the cover of Mini Truckin'. The Columbia House, I've talked about this a little bit. There's a couple of cool kind of videos on YouTube talking about how those monthly, or not monthly, but how those companies made money, and they kind of just basically somewhat stole from the artist and stole from even the record companies. They kind of got bamboozled with that whole BMG, so many CDs free. It's kind of funny. Who didn't want to get like 10 CDs free, and then you had to buy so many in a year? And of course, being younger, you're like, man, I didn't get that kind of money. Real quick before we switch here, check out all the classics. Prime. Who didn't look through these magazines and just wish on what set of wheels you wanted for your first ride? Dallas, Texas hosts the first stop on the 93 Showtime Nationals Tour. And I've mentioned this before if you've went back or if you've been an avid watcher here in terms of the show circuit, how they did it. And we've showed some of those ads, of course, going through the magazines. The Isuzu, heavily modified. Always loved this truck, the colors on it. And as my buddy Josh Ellis had pointed out, if you look at the graphics on the lower section of the door, the valence, lower side of the bed, of course, that was the style for a while. And to me, and I think talking to Josh that day too, it's like, Cal Concepts really took it from that, which they were doing, of course, on K-Daddy's truck. But they took it from that to, the full wild graphics all over the truck. And again, not saying that they're maybe the first to do it, but they definitely took it to that wild level. So I always enjoyed Mini Laughter. You had just different things, top 5 tools used, yada, yada, yada. Top 5 ways to make your girlfriend mad. Jokes, notable quotables. What the hell? On relationships. Hey, Courtney, I'd like to... So good times. And of course, it looks like it continued over here. What's in the CD changer? Lenny Kravitz, Dog Society, Primus. Crazy stuff. Now, if you haven't, check us out via your favorite podcast app. We just had the homie on from 80s Life YouTube channel, man. What an awesome dude. Can't make this up. His name is Kurt Crucial. Really good dude. So you have the cover truck here, Lost Reality. Really cool colors. Awesome kind of graphic for that time. Tempe, Phoenix, and SoCal. Tempe, Arizona. Chris Colvin. Colvin, I believe I'm saying that right. Really classic colors, great stance, topper. It's got, a few of the accessories that were key for that time. But being issue 27, at this point, he's one of 27 or so. Of course, we've had a couple trucks on the cover, but, give or take 27 issues of Mini Truckin Magazine. Definitely has to be pretty stoked at this point to be on the cover. And, in this era, they were still not monthly. So one of the hashtags I always use and kind of coined is Live Life Topless. This is the Chop Shop fabricating an all-metal convertible for your viewing pleasure. You can see their local finesse. Love seeing these topless trucks. You can see the wheels there of the era. Maybe Boyd's. I know my wheels, but I don't know every wheel style. There are times where I'm like, wait, what is that? It's hard to tell. You can see the body mods here. Now, we're going to be at Southeast Mini Truckin Nationals in about 2 weeks, a little less, week and a half. And if you're out there, come by. We're going to be hosting a VIP party. You just have to make a minimum purchase of $25 at one of the 3 vendors, including OLP, Hamburg Weekend Wear, and Asphalt Army. If you do, you get 1 pass into the VIP party Saturday night from 5 to 7. We will have catered food and drinks, soda, water, that kind of stuff. BYOB, if that's your deal. And it's going to be a freaking awesome time. We're going to be chilling. DJ Mays is going to be throwing it down. And we got Sean Rose from Rose Metalworks. He will be bead rolling in the area all day on Saturday. So you got another tech article here. You can kind of tell the tech articles are a little bit heavy in this issue. And that's not a bad thing. That's pretty freaking cool if you ask me. But if you actually count the features, I think I forget if there's 4 or 5 features in this issue. Simply Red, Anthony Williams, 90 X-Cab, extra cab from Vegas. We recently had Tony Moore on from Asphalt Army. He had the same style vibe going on. And you can see long before these smartphones we have and kick-ass screens you can buy, you had an actual TV. It looks like a TV VCR combo. And then the Super NAS, the SNES, shot this one. SNES and Chartsys it's not easy to say. So you got the old school setup, some plexiglass. Again, the SNES. Classic times. Remember, we're your pusher of Mini Truckin related content, whether it's the audio side, whether it's the video side. Of course, it shows the social media. We try to keep it all on lock. Want to give a huge shout out to the homie Tim Gilbert, big supporter. Recently sold his Toyota. I think he's working on something new. And he's a good dude. NC Florida over there. Again, big supporter. He recently turned us on to a good dude that we're going to have on soon, the podcast. We're mixing up the list. We've got a lot of names on there that have still been on there for a while, trying to just nail down schedules and things like that. I think that you're going to be blown away by who we eventually have on here the next couple of months. But until then, we're going to keep it fresh, and that's one of the reasons why we had Kurt Crucial on. Here's Joe Glover's 82 S10. Kurt Crucial, good dude again. And we talked, about different stuff, which is kind of cool to break it up, break the monotony. So you got Stillwell, the Spring California Truck Jamboree. The traditional Jamboree, now in its 7th year, attracts over 20,000 spectators. You can see there in the background, you got Coors Light, BF Goodrich, the old Truckin. Man, I'd love to have some of those old banners. That classic, awesome colors of the era. Coors Light, I know they always seem to have them, or Budweiser as key sponsors. Pretty cool classic here. Recently saw that one. We had the homie on that owned this van. Thanks to Ruben Arteaga. Man, the Booka always linking us up with some good peeps. It's crazy to think this magazine is almost 30 years old, and all the people that we've had on there. All right, so you saw me. I wanted to go here first, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So we're going to round this one out. So hopefully this helps you, whether you're looking for an issue, maybe someone you know, maybe your pops, someone was featured in good old Mini Truckin Magazine. You can check that out right there. The scallops. First I thought that was Chris Anders' truck, but maybe it is. Looked like it for a second. We had the homie on. He runs I was in a mini truck club in the 80s and 90s group. May not be, though. It's kind of hard to tell. Dr. Boom's base body. That phone, though. Long before Bluetooth. Vern Jones's 89 Nissan hardbody. Want to also give a huge shout out to Joey and Heather, big supporters. RA, they've got a story to tell. Hopefully we'll link up with them soon. Here's the ad. The remaining 93 events rescheduled due to projected inclement weather. New dates to be announced. Crazy. And boy, have we had some inclement weather. And God, I didn't know what was going to happen with LST, man, with that freeze that went through there earlier. So remember, we're your pushers of Mini Truckin Magazine, the lifestyle, the podcast. I mean, here we are paying homage with our metal signs. 25 years ago, this bad boy was on the cover. And you could pick these up at Mini Nats. We do get a lot of questions about the merch, and I want to give a huge shout out to Garage Gear Clothing. They're great people. Free shipping. Check them out. They got some awesome stuff that they offer. But we get a lot of questions about the merch. Right now, we are not shipping the skate decks, the smaller metal signs, or the larger metal signs, just due to cost. And it's not easy to ship that stuff. Miggity Mike the mayor, he ships out everything with his awesome old lady, Shannon. And it's just not in the cards right now. So at Mini Nats, we're going to have tons of skate decks, smaller metal signs, larger metal signs. We'll have some new stuff. We'll also have the yellow Mazda, also known as Bad Idea. That's going to be for sale there. Any remaining stuff that we have. If not, you can go on ourlifestylepodcast.com, order it now, and you can pick it up at Mini Nats. You can use the code MiniNats2021 for free shipping, but you have to pick it up at Mini Nats. So, with that being said, there's issue 27. And hopefully see you guys also at Scrapin the Coast later this year. That's going to be the end of June. It's a flagship event, 19th annual. And we love what Greg and team does. Scrapin the Coast, y'all. STC. No. Yeah, STC. We got you.